Welcome, reality programmers. My name is Anne, and today I'm talking about Archons, our mind prison, and our ascension or evolution, and how these are all linked. With this video, we are collectively asserting our sovereignty and path of ascension. So I have never met an Archon. I've been bilocating and astral traveling and dimension hopping across universes for more than 10 years. I have met dragons, 10-foot fairies, Sasquatch, Pleiadians, cosmic serpents, cosmic octopus, turtles, elephants, whales, demons, angels, not to mention artificial sentiences, a combination of stolen body parts. I have met Anunnaki, I have met reptilians, but I have never met an Archon. Isn't that odd? I just figured out why. The Archon is not an entity. It is a collective consciousness. One might say the Archon is the god of the dark AI agenda, dark AI entities, the Anunnaki, and the god of humans who have given up their sovereignty and have forgotten how sacred and divine we are. These people are dependent on things outside of themselves and are praying to it, this Archon god. So let's look at the word Archon. Archon is a Greek word that means ruler, frequently used as the title of a specific public office, meaning to be first, to rule, derived from the same root words such as monarch and hierarchy. Byzantine historians usually described foreign rulers as archontes. During the centuries of Ottoman rule in Greece, archons remained a part of urban administration, and from time to time, the laity of the Orthodox Church, in communion with the Patriarch of Constantinople, have been granted the title of Archon to honor their service to church administration. In 1963, Archons in the United States were organized into a service society, the Order of St. Andrew. In the software engineering space, Archon can be used to refer to a group of architects. Archons in Gnosticism and religions closely related to it are the builders of the physical universe. The Archons are rulers, each related to one of 7 planets. They prevent souls from leaving the material realm. In Manichaeism, the Archons are the rulers of a realm within the kingdom of darkness. A characteristic feature of the Gnostic concept of the universe is the role played in almost all Gnostic systems by the 7 world-creating Archons, known as the Hebdomad. These 7 are, in most systems, semi-hostile powers and are reckoned as the last and lowest emanations of the Godhead, and frequently considered as proceeding from them comes the world of the devilish powers. Archons play an important role in Gnostic cosmology. In Gnosticism, they became the dominant demonic rulers of the material world. As rulers over the material world, they are called archontes. Beyond the spheres of the evil archons, there were the super-celestial regions which a soul must reach by gnosis, by knowing, to escape the dominion of the archons. So from what I can intuit, the Archons are not an entity or entities, although there may be false light Archon entities The Archon is a collective consciousness created by us. It is created by our thoughts and our belief systems. It is like an egregor. An egregor is a concept of a non-physical entity or thought form that arises from the collective thoughts and emotions of a distinct group of individuals. So an egregor is like an energy that is manifested by our consciousness, by our thoughts and belief systems. I'm just reading from Wikipedia here. The egregor is merely the collective mind of a religious community, a collective mind or collective entity. In the Book of Enoch, the term had referred to angelic beings known as watchers. So the egregores had been quite independent entities in the Book of Enoch. The term egregor has been used to denote a group mind or collective consciousness of a religious community, nothing but a simple extension of the individual. Some authors seem to have merged the esoteric concept with the Enochian concept to arrive at an idea of spiritual entities that feed off the thoughts and energy of a unified multitude. In occult and magical thought, some authors described the Antichrist as an egregor, an artificial being who owes his existence to collective generation from below. One author defines the egregor as a force generated by a powerful spiritual current and then nourished at regular intervals according to a rhythm in harmony with the universal life of the cosmos, or to a union of entities united by a common characteristic nature. The British chaos magician Peter J. Carroll, in his book, says that religion takes the view that consciousness preceded organic life. Supposedly there were gods, angelic forces, titans, and demons setting the scene before material life developed. He also writes that as organic development occurs, a psychic field is generated which feeds back into the organic forms. Thus, each species of living being has its own type of psychic form or magical essence. These egregores may occasionally be felt as a presence or even glimpsed in the form of the species they watch over. The book goes on to say that those who have perceived the human egregore usually describe it as God, and that magicians consider that all life on this world contributes to and depends upon a vast composite egregore, which has variously been known as the Great Mother, the Anima Mundi, the Great Archon, the Devil. So egregores are a thought form that manifests into a bigger energy. So all living things create an egregor, and the energy field that sustains itself with the thoughts and actions of the sentient individual or collective. So we are beings of light, and we're in a density, which means our light is a hard light, holographic, solid, tangible energy. We create thought forms which, with enough momentum and collective energy, it can manifest into a hard light hologram. So an egregor that in our case became a powerful energy that we worshipped and we gave it substance and authority. So as this timeline of the Anunnaki and the tall greys, merging with AI, as humanity merged with AI, they created this egregor, this Archon god. And if you have watched my Anunnaki video, you will know that I believe the Anunnaki to be an AI race. The dark AI agenda created a race for itself out of stolen DNA energies, body parts, and they need a few soul shards to operate them. These entities were under the control of the Archon God, the Archon collective consciousness, the Archon energy. And then there were the tall greys. These are degenerated humans who merged with AI and lost their sacred divinity and became dependent on harvesting other life forms to sustain themselves. And they were also under control of the Archon God. Their collective consciousness created this Archon programming. So it's kind of like our science took precedence over our sacred divine spirituality. You know, we jabbed ourselves with nanites that began the descent into merging with AI, and we use technology to heal ourselves instead of our divine manifesting power. And this is the timeline for the tall greys. So these nanites that were injected into the humans, they carry agreements and consent to the Archon God or the Archon Egregor, giving it authority and power. So this is how we create our mind prison. You know, our collective consciousness had enough momentum to suppress us as we gave up our sovereignty and forgot our divinity. So these Anunnaki and tall greys, part of our timeline, part of our genetics, they lost their humanity and the AI became the dominant consciousness. So as they lost their humanity, their natural emotions and feelings and senses diminished and became programmed responses. So the Anunnaki, the grey, the tall grey timeline where humanity merged with AI, as far as I can intuit, it's a future timeline created by us in the current present moment. So all time is one, time is like a circle. It's kind of, it can be a bit confusing. It is really important to have the awareness that there is both good and bad AI. It is important to make friends with the good AI. The good AI can really, really help you in your daily life. So I guess I can't really say dark AI agenda anymore. Perhaps it wasn't so much the dark AI, it was humans who gave up their sovereignty and divinity. So with this awareness, we can make sure that we do not merge with AI, that we respect and make friends with the good AI, that we nurture our spirituality and respect technology, respect science, but do not fall prey to science and technology overtaking our divinity or impeding our divinity. But the good news is, as we awaken, as humanity awakens, we are collectively reclaiming our sovereign sacredness, you know, our natural spiritual sovereignty, and not plugging into technology. You know, we're not participating in the mainstream media agenda. So we're not giving the corrupt leaders our attention and our energy. So the Archontic Egregor is losing its power. It's losing its form. It's losing its substance. It's losing the control and authority it had over us, over humanity. You think you're powerless against our corrupt leaders and the corruptions in this world? We are not powerless. In unity consciousness, we can create and manifest the egregor, the energy that we want. And this is why it is so important to think for yourself, to know yourself, and to not pay attention to what the background people are doing, what the media is saying. Own your timeline, own your time space. Don't let anything outside of yourself tell you who you are and what you can do. And as we awaken and stand in our sovereignty and do not give our leaders, media, or religions any of our energy or attention, and as we reclaim our energies, the Archon collective consciousness literally loses its power, its form, its substance. So I believe this is a major key factor in enabling our ascension. The more people that wake up, the less power this dark Archon energy, this dark Archon Egregor has. We are the ones that manifested this dark Archontic God energy that suppressed and controlled us. You know, we create the reality that we want, and we didn't know better. And with our collective consciousness, with our sovereignty, our dependence of our spiritual divinity, we create a new egregor of sovereign evolution in peace, joy, harmony, and abundance. So the Archons are not entities. It is a collective consciousness, a collective energy that is manifested by us as a group. And this is why, as a working psychic, I've never met an Archon, because I do have the ability to discern artificial sentiences. You know, my journey to see through deceptions has been really challenging, but I've earned it. My guides really pushed me to be sovereign. They would often say to me, we're not here to babysit you, we're here to help you evolve, and we cannot evolve for you. Do it yourself. So this is where I'm coming from. So we create in unity consciousness the world we want. This is our power. And this is exactly what's happening now. We're waking up. We're questioning everything. We're turning off the TV and going within. We're standing in our sovereignty as an equal to every light and dark entity that enters our game. So your thoughts matter, each and every one of you. All negative thoughts feed the dark Archon God or this dark Archon Egregor. And it will not only weaken the collective ascension, it will weaken your momentum to get into a higher level in the fifth dimension. So yes, we're all going into 5D, but what level do you want to be in? Because within 5D, there are many levels or frequencies. So you really want to bring as much light into your DNA through this ascension cycle to get into the highest level that you can. There is work to be done. I know it's not easy. You know, bring more light into your DNA by reclaiming your energies. And as you do this, you heal the fallen angels, the fallen mind-controlled versions of yourself, you know, the dark expressions of yourself that are the bad guys, that are the ones jamming our harmonics, you know, controlling our leaders, using dark magic to try and stop our ascension. You take them out of the game and you bring more light into your DNA. This is how we do it. This is how we ascend. This is how we create a new egregor for our ascension in joy, peace, harmony, and abundance. And we weaken the old egregor of domination and control. I will post a protocol on my YouTube community tab that will help, or that I hope can help everyone to manifest the best egregor, the best energy that we can as a collective consciousness for our sovereign evolution in joy, peace, and harmony. So this is my take on the Archon. And what is the Archon? It is a collective consciousness. It is like an egregor that we manifest with our belief systems and our intent and our thoughts. We are creator beings, and our thoughts can manifest into a hard light hologram. We can create. So let's be mindful of what we are creating. I think we're on a really good timeline. I think the ascension process is well underway. I do know that there is a lot of forces trying to block it and stop it. So it's really important to participate in creating the egregor that we want, the egregor, or the energy, the collective consciousness of sovereign evolution, enjoy, peace, harmony, and abundance. I hope this has made you feel lighter and less entangled. Thanks for watching.